Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and happy 2026. It is a new year. Can you even believe it? If you're new here, my name's Akoya. I make lifestyle, homemaking, and motherhood videos here on YouTube. And today we're talking all about goal setting for 2026. If you're anything like me, you like to have a plan, you like to know where you're headed, but you also want to make sure you're walking in God's plan for your life. You don't want to miss out on opportunity, but you also don't want to be plagued by so many ideas that you never actually do any of them. So I have been on the search for some verses, some inspiration, some questions you could ask when creating a goal, a vision for your life. These things could be used to make any kind of dream a reality. They're great for the beginning of the year, around your birthday, quarterly, monthly, weekly, whatever it is. We're going to use these tips to get our goals in line with God. So let's jump right in. Two verses to start us off with. The first one is Habakkuk 2:2 from the ESV. This section is titled, "The righteous shall live by his faith." Verse 2 says, "And the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it." This was talking about a vision that this man had gotten from God, and that he was to write it down and to make sure that anyone who read it could understand it and know how to proceed. And I think this is such a good thing to keep in mind as you are looking at the vision for your life, your year, and to make sure that each thing you write down is not just a big vision, but that you have some small steps and things that you can do to achieve it. You may not have the full picture all the way to the end goal, but some actionable things to start it off. And I believe as you check in with this goal, God will continue to fill in those if it truly is a goal from Him. The next one is Matthew 7 through 8 from the ESV version also. Ask and it will be given, starting in verse 7. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened. I think this is really important when you're looking at maybe a skill you'd like to develop, a personal quality trait like being more joyful, having a more peaceful home, that you should ask God, invite Him into these spaces. You know, I'm struggling with this. I would like to be a more joyful mother. I would like to create more peace in my home. Would you help me to do these things? Would you give me wisdom in my business? Would you give me wisdom in my parenting, my homeschool, whatever it is? Ask and it will be given. So that is Matthew 7 through 8. Okay, so now let's talk about how we're going to come across these goals. I believe goals are desires of your heart. The vision for your life is a desire in your heart. So what I like to do is start by just writing down every single idea or thing that has come across my mind in the past year, month, week, whatever it has been. Just write them down. We're going to give a big brain dump. And then once we've wrote all of these things down, we're going to start cutting down this list to make it something attainable. I believe that God gives you goals. I believe some goals are just a selfish ambition, and I believe Satan tries to bog you down from reaching your goals by giving you more distractions and things. So we want to get this goal down to the God goal. What is God speaking to us? So to do this, we need to discern what type of goal this is and who is this from? Is it from God or is it your selfish ambition? So to do this, I have 4 tips. First things first, we're going to pray that God would give us direction. Okay? You can pray specifically over each thing. You could pray that He would just give you some direction as you've brainstormed, and you might be able to quickly start crossing out a few things that maybe don't align, start grouping some things where you're seeing repetitiveness, and then we're going to pray over each goal specifically, that if it is something that God has for you, that your desire for it would grow. And if it's something that He doesn't, that He would squash that desire, kick it out the door, and get it out of your brain so that you can focus on the vision He has for your life and what you can do to further His kingdom, okay? Then let's consider if you know how to reach that goal. Do you know how to reach that goal fully, step by step, all by yourself, need no help? That is most likely a you goal. If you're not sure exactly how to get, but you might know the first step or two, that's going to be more likely in line with a God goal and a God-sized goal. Maybe the goal that you know how to get to the end is a good goal, but it's not big enough. You're not dreaming large enough in it. Maybe it's something you just have been procrastinating and you're starting to miss the time on, but I would say you want a goal that goals and visions on here of things that you can see the start of, and you can maybe see what it might look like at the very end, but the middle is fuzzy. Those are great goals to be having on here and to know that they are from God. Then consider if these goals or desires align with your overarching calling, such as being a wife or a mom. And this is going to go right into my next point. Does it honor your season? So some of these goals might be great goals. They might be a God goal, but God might not be calling you to them right this moment. He is just giving you the idea, the foreshadowing of achieving this. Some of these goals, though, could be goals that just need an adjusted timeline to what you would normally view. So this could look like going at a slower pace, to adjusting the timeline or schedule to accommodate your family's current needs. And then ask God to continue to show you how you could make this vision come to life, how to use your time where there is time and where you need to let go. And remember that everything is in God's perfect timing. If you're feeling rushed and anxious, that is not a feeling of God. Okay? You should have peace about these goals. You should have peace as you achieve them. Things will be hard and you will probably pray over them and think over them more than you would like to, but they should not have like a panicked feeling to them. If you're in that, that is something not from God, okay? So make sure you are honoring your season with these goals. I like to go through and maybe set like this is going to be my main focus for the first 3 months. And I also like to take all of January to plan out my goals and vision. Part of this is that it's the new year and it's a great time. We've ended like the big holiday season and the celebration of the end of the year, but also my birthday comes at the end of the month, and I feel like it's a great time to just look back at all that you've done and accomplished, all that God's done in your life, and then also to plan and start to prepare for all the things He's going to do in the year. And by giving yourself a little more time, I feel that the decisions are more clear and thought out. It's less jumbled and you can have a better plan. And then you can take time to do things like write the brainstorm, filter through if it's from God or not, and come up with a plan. Because, like Habakkuk is saying, make the vision, make it, what did he say? Make it plain on tablets so he who reads it, who may, so he, let me just read it again. And the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. So then you can take that vision and start breaking it down into actionable steps, adjusting your family's schedule to fit in these things, whether it be spending more time in your Bible, learning a new cooking skill, maybe starting a business or a YouTube channel. Like, how are you going to fit in the tasks required to reach that goal? And maybe it's just spending more time with your family, and you can start to figure out what would that look like? What do you consider that more time? What kind of activities align with that? You know, you can have some time to plan it out, to plan the budget for it, to plan any of those things without feeling rushed. And then remember that you can always revisit and reevaluate. So we're making a good starting place and we're going to add as we go, and we're going to adjust with God's direction and discernment. And that's how we're going to get to these big goals. And some of these goals you have to remember, you know, you might be writing something that like you're starting this year or you've already been working on, but you're going to continue working on. And they might be 1, 2, 5, 10-year projects, goals, and things. You might have some of the same things on your list every year for years, but you also might have some things like make a sourdough starter and learn how to make a good loaf of bread, and that might take you a month, it might take you 9 months, it might take you the whole year, who knows? But they might be shorter term goals where starting a business or building something like that might take you a year to 5 years, and you're just continually working on it and working on new aspects every year. So I hope this helped you and blesses you and your family. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have the most blessed day. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.